2014's terrifying pop culture phenomenon, PT, was a playable teaser created by Kojima Productions. It was to announce the development of a Kojima-directed entry in the beloved horror series Silent Hill. The game would have been called Silent Hills, plural. But could PT have also been connected to the then upcoming final MGS game, The Phantom Pain? This is a video making the case. One, Lisa and Fox. The Russian name, spelled like this and said as Lisa, means fox. The ghost in PT is named Lisa, and the game engine that was basically murdered by Konami after only being used for MGSV, PT, and a soccer game was the Fox engine. There's also a character who's very much like a ghost in the Metal Gear Solid series called Gray Fox, who some fans speculate is actually the character Venom Snake from The Phantom Pain. 2. Chico's head. In the Silent Hills concept trailer from TGS 2014, we see a child's ball transform into what appears to be the head of Chico from Ground Zeroes and Peace Walker, the young child soldier who dies at the end of Ground Zeroes, and for whom grief will haunt the Phantom Pain. Worms or tentacles spill out of Chico's mouth and then seem to infect the entire hallway in the concept trailer. This leads to the next observation, in fact. 3. Infection, bugs, and parasites. The very first image that we see in PT is of two roaches, strangely stuck together. These two eventually split and seem to multiply, leading our way in a classic MGS tradition that usually uses mice to our destination. This imagery of parasitic infestation has clear parallels to the Phantom Pain. Lisa seems to enter you and possess you like a parasite. Four, Lisa and the radio broadcasts. Both Lisa and the radio broadcasts from PT reappear in some form in the Phantom Pain. Lisa is visible in one of the photos in the ACC, and the broadcast can be heard in a few different locations and contexts.
I will be coming back. I'm bringing my new toy with me.
But guess what? I will be coming back, and I'm bringing my new toys with me.
Like outside Nagumba Industrial Zone, as well as whenever the skulls attack in missions like Episode 6, Where Do the Bees Sleep. I haven't actually confirmed if this will still play in other episodes when they attack, but I know it definitely plays here. 5. The theme of killing your whole family, as a reference to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
You can't trust the tap water. The son came to investigate the commotion. The father shot him too. His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game.
In PT, you don't really know whether your player character, Lisa, the bathroom baby, and the radio story about the fathers butchering their entire families are directly related, but they seem to fit rather well with the Phantom Pain, which culminates, after all, in a mission that also directly references The Shining, and actually requires you, the patriarch of Diamond Dogs, to slaughter your entire family. 6. Themes and motifs of ghosts and revenge. Both PT and the Phantom Pain make considerable use out of these themes, from the demonic man on fire to the main character back from the dead for vengeance, punished Venom Snake, as well as the ghoulish antagonist, Skullface. 7. Quiet. The female sniper Quiet gets right in your face as she tries to kill you in the opening of the Phantom Pain, not unlike Lisa. And the fake studio name for PT, 7780s, is a Japanese language reference to the exact area in square kilometers of Shizuoka Prefecture, translated in English as Quiet Hills, which in Japan is used as a nickname for the entire Silent Hill series. 8. Room similarities. The first thing other than the roaches inside the prison cell-like chamber in PT is a door with a horizontal light over it. This is very similar to a kind of door that we see in all of the MGS games with modern settings, including the Phantom Pain. There's also, of course, the bathroom in PT, and the one that begins the Phantom Pain, both of which initially conceal our own reflection in the mirror rather than illuminating it. And this might be a stretch, but the bathtub and the bloody floor in PT could be foreshadowing the sunken corpses at Muffinda oil field and the bloody carnage inside the so-called Devil's House in the Phantom Pain. Meanwhile, the rainy night setting in PT might be a callback to Ground Zeroes, the night where all the trauma begins. 9. Repetition and apparent unfinished status. Both make central use of recursion, that is, strange loops where some things change and others stay the same. This applies not only to the core gameplay loop of the Phantom Pain, but in another, more explicit example, the first mission in the Phantom Pain will be repeated as its last mission, with some things completely changed. This is just like how the core game loop in PT gradually changes over time. Both projects also have been widely interpreted as having been left unfinished, though this claim is much stronger, admittedly, in PT's case. 10. Perspectivism and putting the picture back together. Both games put you inside someone's head. Someone who's prone to hallucinations and strange subjective disturbances. Both will feature phenomena that we have no way of really knowing whether it's actually happening, even though we're seeing it right in front of our eyes. Both are about this person's journey to gradually piecing back together the truth, and both do this by making central use of a photograph. Both also use, though not exclusively in the Phantom Pain, first-person perspective to convey this sense of subjectivity. 11. Language and interpretation. Both PT and the Phantom Pain make considerable use of a litany of languages other than English. PT flashes text on screen in languages including German, and plays spoken words in Swedish. The Phantom Pain, meanwhile, was not only full of different languages, it was about language itself. And that brings us to 12. Codes. Speaking of language, the radio broadcast in PT makes literal something that Skullface says in a speech near the end of the Phantom Pain about information codes sucking our minds dry.
The mother, who was shot in the stomach, was 204-863. Seen after neighbors called 911, found the father in his car.
Language codes, information codes, beamed all around us.
Radio transmissions, subsequently, are crucial to all three games, Ground Zeroes, PT, and the Phantom Pain. 13. Power outlet. This is a small detail, but the outlet in PT looks to me a lot like the Cypriot one that we see at the start of the Phantom Pain. There is also what appears to be singed petals of a white flower next to the clock in PT, much like the flowers that are burned during Quiet's attack in the beginning of the Phantom Pain. 14. Opening shots. Arguably, the PS4 menu screen for PT resembles the opening shot of Ground Zeroes, as a downward-facing perspective on a grassy field. 15. Leather jacket. We see Norman's leather jacket, which is arguably similar to the kind that the real Big Boss is seen wearing in the Phantom Pain. The description for this jacket, once you actually unlock it, says it keeps the wearer safe under the harshest of conditions. Though this could, in PT's case, be simply just a nod to Norman's biker aesthetic. 16. Blue light, yellow light. To some degree, the different colors that the flashlight in PT will turn reappear in the Phantom Pain. And this is a very small detail. The black light in PT, meanwhile, may be a nod to Skullface's strange black light in Ground Zeroes, while foreshadowing the strange blue light that we see emanating from the MSX at the end of the Phantom Pain. 17. Gouge it out. When this picture changes, it resembles a skull face. There's also a melted piece of chocolate next to it that, to my crazy mind, resembles somewhat a skull. 18. Framed paintings. Another small observation, but the hospital in Cyprus, just like the hallway in PT, is filled with strange framed paintings. As well as floors that we can see but won't be able to access in-game. 19. The link between Silent Hill and MGS. The first Silent Hill was made with technology that was borrowed from the development of MGS1. MGS2 and Silent Hill 2 were developed at the same time and released very closely together. And the two franchises in general were closely linked to some degree throughout both of their lifespans. That's what would have made Hideo Kojima the perfect person to direct a new Silent Hill game. Well, that's it. Whether or not PT and the Phantom Pain are directly related is impossible to definitively answer, but hopefully I've demonstrated that in theory anyway, it's at least possible for them to be in parallel. Until next time, boss.